So first, look to my affirmative framework. Extend my definitions of intervene and human rights, which say that that intervene is to interfere in another nation's internal affairs, especially to compel action, which is said by Merriam-Webster. And James Nichol of the University of Colorado defines human rights as international norms that help to protect all people everywhere from severe political, legal, and social abuses. These rights exist in morality and in law at the national and international levels. They are addressed primarily to governments requiring compliance and enforcement. Therefore, if you extend these two definitions across the flow, they'll tackle my opponent's arguments against it. Therefore, against the fact about how they'll not necessarily answer his arguments, but they'll show the special reason why you should affirm the resolution. So therefore, my framework basically says that regardless of whatever consequence or result, an initial instinct of the United States is to interfere in situations of human rights abuses. So extend this af burden, which is going to be vital in determining the round. So, and you're also going to extend the value of appropriate governmental action, and extend my three justifications for the framework. First, this is the most contextual, since the resolution already specifies the U.S. as the actor. It doesn't make sense to talk about individual duties if it's the government that's carrying out the action. Second, ethical theories don't make sense for the government actors, since states aren't moral agents. And the last and third justification is that the resolution only asks for justification. As long as I'm winning that such a reason exists, regardless of whether it's moral or not, you affirm the resolution. Thus, because I value governmental action, the value criterion is consistency with governmental obligations, which you're going to extend across the flow. So now, to the voters on the contention level. You're going to be extending my CFR 1 and CFR 2 cards across the flow. These two cards are going to be vital in this round. So basically what they say is that the Westphalian notion of sovereignty is dated and being changed. So what the card says is basically that the traditional realist approach of the UN as a meeting place of sovereign states is slowly changing to catch up to the reality on the ground. The formal equality of sovereign states, the inviolability of international borders, and the monopoly of force within one's own borders is yielding to state sovereignty that is contingent on the nature and behavior of a regime. So basically, also, contingent sovereignty means that states can only make sovereign claims if they fulfill their responsibilities. There are two parts that say CFR explains in CFR 2. Moreover, the second contingent states that everyone has the basic human rights that allow for appropriate governmental action when it is necessary. One of the two axiomatic human rights are 1. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. 2. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country. Therefore, a violation of these rights would be detrimental. Moreover, human rights abuses in one country also leads to threats and danger for other countries around it, like the example of the United States. The United States became a visible target when Iranian students seized the embassy and detained more than 50 Americans, ranging from the charge d'affaires to the most junior members of the staff, as hostages. The Iranians held the American diplomats hostage. Therefore, you're definitely going to be looking to the affirmative in this round because I show best through state sovereignty that the United States' initial reaction is basically to interfere rather than considering the consequences. I've shown empirics as well as the CFR cards that explain sovereignty. Therefore, you should affirm the resolution. Thank you.